I invite you to be in prayer with me, however you are able. That day, she gave a labor-laden cry. Then they held this newborn in their arms, and all the charms and harms of family, now 2 decades thick with memory. All the tears and tears of childhood, skinned-up knees, and egg-shelled egos cracked with fragile fears and brilliant, shining hope. The scope of future dreams now underway. Today she gives a labor-laden sigh. With open arms and hearts, they say goodbye. All the charms and harms of growing up, now 2 decades far too quickly gone. They sit before you here today, O God. We bid your blessing on their family. We bid your blessing on this passage rite and give you thanks for all that's yet to be. Shalom, Salam, Namaste, Shanti, Amen.
Good afternoon. My name's Chuck Steinmetz, and it's my privilege to be the Provost and Vice President of the Academic Division here at Ohio Wesleyan. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Ohio Wesleyan, it is my great honor and pleasure to welcome this year's entering class into our campus community. I'm also very pleased to welcome the parents, family, and friends of the entering class. I know this is a special moment for you as well. As you begin your OWU experience, I expect that you are approaching this year with a mixture of excitement, anxiety, and perhaps even some dread of the unknown. You should know that this is a common legacy that you share with past first-year students who, like you, previous first-year students that had their own aspirations and dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." Like the first-year students from the past, you will, just as they did, rise to meet the task at hand as long as you continue to hold to the beauty of your dream. At the same time, you are joining a campus community that wants to get to know you, laugh with you, and just hang out with you. As Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise once observed, the more complex the mind, the greater need for the simplicity of play. Give yourself permission to play during the next 4 years and enjoy this unique time in your life. You stand on the threshold of one of the most formative life experiences that you will have. You need to only open the door, walk through, and you will find willing partners on the other side. Take a moment to reflect upon the importance of the next years of your life, and then join us on the other side of the door. Welcome to Ohio Wesleyan University.
Good afternoon. Welcome to our faculty, staff, Ohio Wesleyan families, and most especially to our new students. My name is Kimberly Goldsberry, and I have the privilege of serving you as your Dean of Students. Each year, our community grows, changes, and evolves with the addition of a new class, which makes today very special. It marks the expansion of the OWU family and the addition of the gifts, talents, and contributions each of you will be to our community. These are truly reasons to celebrate. In offering my welcome to you all today, I'm really offering an invitation. You see, in the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, life is a journey, not a destination. And my invitation to you is to join your classmates on an amazing adventure that is part of your life journey. That adventure is college. Okay, so I've thrown out adventure, journey, and college. Each of these can sound pretty overwhelming, I understand. Truly, I understand. But keep in mind, college is an amazing adventure for so many reasons. So many that I, along with many, if not all of the fine people on the stage today, chose never to leave college. What makes up that adventure of college? Learning. Learning how to think, learning how to challenge the status quo, learning to listen, question, absorb, and translate knowledge, information, art, music, passion, and more. Learning about yourself and learning about the world. The adventure is also enhanced by friendship, the good, the bad, and the ones that will last forever. The adventure involves inspiration to do more and accomplishment when you've pushed through the tough days and moved forward with a bright future, when you've tapped into your talents and moved to the point of excellence. Any good adventure most definitely includes unique, personal, and powerful experiences. Those experiences can be funny and embarrassing, or even the kind you can't tell your grandmother about. But they will also be full of unbelievable moments. At OWU, those moments happen in one-on-one conversations with professors and with friends. It happens when you're in laboratories, late-night rehearsals, travel with faculty and students abroad, in team victories and quiet conversations between roommates. But they are everywhere. So obviously, the adventure of college leads to growth in your knowledge, skills, and confidence. And it leads to love, the love of people, of places, and your alma mater. But it's important to keep in mind you're not alone in this amazing college adventure. You have cheering fans and coaches in your family and friends that are with you in the occasionally scary moments, most definitely in the exciting moments, and those moments you will deem most meaningful. So as you start your first day of classes, think about those fans and coaches who are not physically with you, but certainly rooting for you from afar. They cannot wait to hear about how you navigate your first steps of college classes, how you spend time in residence halls, what events you'll attend, and the people you will meet. Make sure you include them in your adventure. They're just as excited for the fun ahead. This past spring, I was fortunate to participate in one of the unique Ohio Wesleyan experiences that may be part of your college adventure. I was part of a travel learning class focused on research about food traditions. At the conclusion of the course, the student's professor and I traveled to Italy to learn more about their research in a different cultural context. Most of us involved in this class did not know each other, and we may not have known that much about this type of research, not unlike how many of you will feel as classes begin. While we came to know each other better through the course, we definitely got to know each other better when we traveled together 24/7 for 14 days. We learned a lot, we ate a whole lot, and we relied on each other to tackle the sometimes unknown path of each day, much in the same way your classmates, advisors, and coaches will do with you in college. You see, while in Italy, there was no way to avoid the adventure on our journey. We had a plan, but we were in a different part of the world, with a different sense of time and a different sense of structure. So I share with you the phrase we often spoke when we were uncertain but prepared to forge ahead. Andiamo tutti. Let's go, everyone. So my invitation for you is to come on the adventure known as college. It will seem less daunting and more exciting if we all go on it together. Share the joy, the laughs, and the memories of the journey with all the people that are here today. I promise you, people don't say college is the best 4, 5, or sometimes more years of your life for nothing. Andiamo tutti. Let's go, everyone.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Ohio Wesleyan University. I know that everyone here is excited, filled with wonder, intrigue, and anxiousness, but for different reasons. Parents uneasy with the fact that for many of them, their children will be leaving them for the first time, faculty members curious to meet and teach the bright minds they see before them, and students overcome with an entire spectrum of emotions, waiting for that exact moment where their parents start the journey home and they are finally on their own. For all of you, it marks the beginning of a new phase of life, but also causes things to change for those close to you. The parents, guardians, siblings, teachers, administrators, and peers must all prepare to help you along your path in different but meaningful ways. As much as everything is changing for you, it changes for them as well. This is an interesting time for all. I'd like to take a moment to thank those on this stage and wherever else they may be who have allowed me to speak before you all today. Many of them have proved to be great teachers, mentors, and friends, influencing me in countless ways. Thank you. My name is Martin Clark, a senior double major in politics and government and Spanish from Hamden, Connecticut. I've spent the previous semester serving the student body as president of WCSA, the Wesleyan Council on Student Affairs, OU student government. It serves as the link between the students and the administration, working together to advance OU's most basic principles and to work towards providing institutional improvements for the campus community. The student government serves as a place for some of OU's most passionate bishops to have a voice and a role in how the university they love operates. Looking back to when I was a 17-year-old freshman, I can say that I could never have imagined standing up here, giving a speech to a group of my peers who are now sitting in the same seats I sat in 4 years ago. I can also say that now, there is nothing that excites me more, and I'm overjoyed to have the opportunity to do so. Although WCSA occupies the majority of my time, I still find myself drawn to other activities offered on this campus. Currently, I serve as the treasurer of the Ohio Marketing Group, where I've had the opportunity, along with other members, to work with local businesses to develop marketing campaigns that have been implemented in their day-to-day operations. I'm also a proud member of the Sigma Chi fraternity, whose high ideals helped me to become the man of good character that you see today. Through these and other opportunities afforded to me by the experiences I've had at OU, I've been able to hone the skills and behaviors that will be more than beneficial once I take the final step into this real world I've heard so much about. I would like to take a moment to ask you all to feel free to approach me with any questions at all during your transition to college life. I know at times it can be difficult, so I'm more than willing to take time out of my day to assist you in any way that I can, because I've been in the same place that you are today. If you see me, please do not hesitate to speak with me, because if I can't help you, I'll try to put you in the direction of someone who can. Take advantage of all the opportunities around you. There are so many people to meet, activities to participate in, and adventures to start. All you must do is take a little initiative, shake off the fear, and dive in head first, not worried about the outcome, because more often than not, the experience you gain will be worth more than anything else. I cannot stress enough how none of the amazing experiences I've had thus far could have been possible if I did not decide to seek them out and be willing to challenge myself to do and be more. Through pushing yourself to the limit and raising your personal expectations, you'll be surprised with the result. As previously stated, I know many of you are excited for the next 4 years of your life. If there is anything you were unable to do before, for whatever reason at all, now's the time to do it. Do not allow yourself to be bogged down by self-doubt. It's not worth it. Do allow yourself to take risks, experiment with the world around you, and become the person you always knew you would. But stray away from activities that will prove derogatory to your character, placing blemishes on your integrity and mind. Remember to surround yourself with quality people who will allow the real you to flourish. Now is the time to show and have the world to appreciate you for the unique and beautiful being you know that you are. My time at OU is coming to a close, and I couldn't be more prepared to take on the next stage of my life. I organized a campaign with some of my best friends and won. I've gotten lost in various foreign cities. I've met a first lady, and I've gotten to hang out with 2 presidents, Rock and Barack. These are just some of the things that have happened to me in the last 4 years, and there is no way for everyone to have similar experiences. However, here at OWU, you all have the chance to make the next 4 years as memorable as I've made mine, in your own way. Again, this is an exciting time for everyone here. At some point during the previous year, you made the decision to spend 4 years of your life at a small liberal arts university in Delaware, Ohio, and because of that decision, you could not have more of the world at your disposal. This is it. You've made it. But please don't think you're finished. This is the beginning of what I'm sure will be an enlightening and life-changing journey. I hope you'll find your passion, discovering that one thing that really drives you, that one thing that you feel so strongly about that it will keep you going for years, even when this is all said and done. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. I'm envious, but also so very happy because I know the effect the school has had on me, and I wish the same for you. You only have one freshman year and one undergraduate career. Make it a good one. Congratulations, good luck, and thank you.
Will all of the new students please rise? President Rock Jones, officer colleagues, faculty and staff of Ohio Wesleyan, these students who stand before you have met the rigorous requirements for admission into Ohio Wesleyan University. Many of these students have significant academic, athletic, and artistic achievements to their credit. I challenge them to surpass their own previous accomplishments during their time at Ohio Wesleyan. Some have traveled great distances, said their goodbyes to friends and family, and others have conquered significant obstacles to join their class standing here today. These women and men bring to us a diverse and talented and exciting perspective. Their possibilities to enhance our rich community are endless. They come from 34 states and 20 countries. There are 9 valedictorians, 4 salutatorians, and 6 national merit competitors. Their average GPA is 3.4. 32% were in the top 10% of their high school graduating class, and 12% have a family member who graduated from Ohio Wesleyan. Some have come as far away as China and India, while others live in Delaware County. They come from the East Coast, the West Coast, and the Midwest. They have a host of intended majors and activities to pursue. The largest number of new students plan to study pre-medicine or economics management, biology or psychology. We welcome and challenge them all. Every student who stands before you has the ability to meet the challenges that the academic rigor at Ohio Wesleyan will present to them. Every student who stands before you has the ability to succeed in our community. So it is with significant confidence in their accomplishments and with greater hope for their future through your intercession that it is my pleasure to commend to you President Rock Jones, on behalf of my admission colleagues, these students who join us as the newest members of our community. You may be seated.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you to all who have spoken. It's always a special treat to hear the president of WCSA, and Martin, thank you especially for your good words today. Thank you for the student musicians who have provided music for us today. And most of all, thank you and welcome to the Ohio Wesleyan class of 2017. It is my honor to welcome you to this convocation, launching a new academic year and marking the matriculation of the OWU class of 2017. We are thrilled that you have chosen Ohio Wesleyan, and we are delighted to welcome you on this very special day. Today you take your place on a campus that is rich in history and deep in its commitment to the values of the liberal arts. For more than 170 years, students have gathered beneath these ancient trees and within the walls of the historic buildings that surround us today. They accepted the opportunity for an education that would prepare them for lives of leadership and service, while also introducing them to the capacities and sensibilities that ensure the full flourishing of human potential. Our commitment to the liberal arts lies at the very core of our institutional being. Never in our history has the need for a liberal arts education been more urgent than it is today. Our world is starving for leaders whose minds have been challenged, sharpened, and formed by study of history and literature, by refined appreciation for beauty and creativity expressed in the arts, by a curiosity that seeks greater understanding of the structures of societies, the composition of the natural world, the rituals and ideas that shape human cultures, and the relationships between human beings and other forms of life with whom we share this precious planet. You have the rare luxury over the next 4 years of allowing yourself to become immersed in these important considerations. Along the way, you will be challenged to develop capacities that will serve you well in life. You'll be challenged to think independently, critically, and analytically. You'll be challenged to compose and to present a persuasive argument, both as a writer and as a speaker, while also learning to listen carefully, critically, and empathetically to fellow students whose conclusions may differ from your own. You will be challenged to understand and explore cultures different from the one from which you have come. Here at OWU, you will be challenged to make connections between theory and practice, between the theoretical lessons of the classroom and practical experiences in the real world. You will do this individually through a variety of experiences ranging from internships to undergraduate research, to field study, to travel learning. You will then bring those experiences back to the classroom, where you will be joined by fellow students who have had different but equally important experiences beyond the walls of the classroom, the boundaries of the campus, and in many cases, the borders of this country. Collectively, we will think together about complex issues that challenge all of us and will be left in the hands of your generation to solve. Toward that end, you will be challenged to consider the interdisciplinarity of knowledge and to explore significant problems from the perspective of multiple disciplines. I encourage you to participate in a course connection network toward this end. I encourage you to participate in the Sagan National Colloquium, which brings the entire university into a reflection on and consideration of an issue of pressing importance for our society and our future. This year, we explore the interdisciplinary impacts of climate change. Your generation will be confronted by this challenge. OWU will help prepare you to address it. Your generation will be confronted by the continuing challenges that divide people against one another as nations, cultures, religious groups, political bodies, and more. Our curriculum challenges you to think deeply about these matters. The composition of our student body enhances that consideration. As you have heard, your class includes students from 20 countries. Nearly 30% of the students from this country bring a multicultural background. You represent a rainbow of religious diversity and life experiences. You are the most diverse class in OWU history. This gives you a special advantage as you prepare to live in a world where understanding and embracing diversity will be more important than ever. Your education at OWU begins in the classroom but extends to the playing fields of athletic competition, to the stages and studios of artistic creativity and performance, to the residence halls where you build communities with people you did not know before your arrival here, to the organizations where you will share common purpose and accept leadership and responsibility, to the places where you will engage in volunteer service, to the times and places where you will be challenged to consider the values that shape your life and the aspirations to which you will devote your life. No two of you will have the same OWU experience, but each of you will create your own pathway through this place, and many of you will do it in ways that leave OWU changed forever, for the good. Along the way, you will face many decisions. Some of these relate to the choice of a major and the selection of courses. Some relate to which activities you pursue, knowing that no one can do everything. Some relate to how you conduct yourself, how you treat the people around you, and how you treat your own body. You will have unprecedented freedom. I challenge you to make responsible choices, to hold yourself accountable, and to accept the responsibility of a community by holding those around you accountable. Today you receive the torch that has passed from generation to generation on a campus that celebrates diversity, values responsibility, and expects the best of every person here. Ohio Wesleyan seeks to prepare the next generation of moral leaders for a global society. OWU has a long history of preparing educated citizens who accept the mantle of leadership and with that mantle help shape the communities and organizations where they live and work, and in some cases, the very structures of our human society. It was Sherwood Rowland, an Ohio Wesleyan graduate, who first discovered that chlorofluorocarbons, commonly known as Freon and used in aerosol applications, contribute to ozone depletion. He received massive resistance when he presented his research findings. But today the findings are beyond question. They inform our understanding of the consequences of ozone depletion on all forms of life as well as on the physical world, and they have helped to shape important policy. This Nobel laureate, whose life work produced this understanding, and who had the courage to stand by his findings, learned the basics of science and the foundations for moral leadership at Ohio Wesleyan. I hope you've seen the movie 42, Those of you who attended Slice of College Life saw the film and the story that it tells of Branch Rickey and Jackie Robinson and their partnership that led to Robinson taking the field for the Brooklyn Dodgers in the spring of 1947. But the story began more than 4 decades earlier. In the spring of 1903, the Ohio Wesleyan baseball team, coached by Branch Rickey, then a student, traveled to South Bend to play the Fighting Irish. When the team arrived at its hotel in South Bend, one of the players, Charles Tommy Thomas, was told he could not stay at the hotel. Everyone knew why. Charles Thomas was African American. After a contentious encounter between Branch Rickey and the hotel clerk, the clerk agreed for Thomas to stay in Rickey's room. Hundreds of times in the years that would follow, Rickey told the story of his experience that day and of the commitment that he made as a student at Ohio Wesleyan University that someday he would do something about the dark cloud of racial injustice in our society. In the spring of 1947, more than 4 decades after the event in South Bend, but nearly a decade before the Supreme Court would rule in Brown versus Board of Education, and nearly 2 decades before Congress would act in the Civil Rights Act of 1964, Branch Rickey opened the doors of Major League Baseball and invited the courageous Jackie Robinson to break the color barrier of America's pastime. As 42 reminded us in the famous portrayal of Rickey and Robinson together alone in the locker room following the well-documented, racially motivated incident of Robinson being spiked by an opposing player, Rickey said it all happened with that experience in the lobby of a hotel in South Bend and a commitment he made on this campus as a student at Ohio Wesleyan. As you begin your journey here, I challenge you to keep your mind open to the commitments you will make. The college years are a season of life for making commitments that can shape the remainder of your life and perhaps even the world around you and the structure of that world. You don't have to know the details now. Branch Rickey did not know in 1903 when or how he would fulfill the commitment he made on this campus. But he knew the ugly face of injustice, and he knew his life would confront this social demon. You have been selected for admission to this university because of our confidence in your capacity to embrace a liberal arts education and to succeed here, and because of our confidence in your capacity to become a moral leader in a global society. Finally, a word to parents, families, and friends. Today is a day you have anticipated, looked forward to, and probably dreaded for nearly 2 decades. This is no small day for you. We at Ohio Wesleyan understand that today you are entrusting to us the greatest of your life work. Your students are ready for this day, at least for the most part. And even with the emotions that you may feel, I am confident you too are ready, at least for the most part. Know that we honor the deep trust that you have placed in us. Class of 2017, welcome to OWU. It is a great day to be a bishop. We will conclude this opening convocation with the ringing of the historic bell, about which I will say a word in a moment. Then I invite all to be standing for the alma mater, and then I invite guests in the back, families, parents, and friends, to be seated for the recessional, and then to join us for dinner on the jaywalk across Sandusky. This bell has been a part of Ohio Wesleyan University since its founding in 1842. For much of its history, this bell has rung at the opening of the academic year, and to mark the closing of the year at commencement. It really no longer rings. It only clanks. But as I clank this bell, join me in celebrating the opening of another academic year at Ohio Wesleyan.